Ever wondered why people make the decisions they do, or why you make the decisions you do? Today, you're in for an enlightening journey as we delve into Daniel Kahneman's groundbreaking book, Thinking, Fast and Slow. This book peels back the layers of the mind, revealing the two systems at play. System 1, which is intuitive and automatic, and System 2, that's more analytical and deliberate. Understanding these can revolutionize your decision-making process. So buckle up and get ready for a journey into the human mind. Let's dive right into the two systems that Kahneman introduces in his book. Now, imagine your mind as a bustling metropolis, brimming with activity. In this city of cognition, there are two main operators, System 1 and System 2. System 1 is like your city's subway system, automatic, efficient, and always on the move. It's your go-to for quick decisions like swerving to avoid a pothole or catching a falling glass. It's intuitive, it's instinctual, and it's pretty darn good at what it does. Like that subway, it's always running in the background, keeping the city of your mind humming along. Then there's System 2. Now imagine this as the city planner. It's deliberate, it's analytical, and it's the one you call upon when you need to solve a complex problem or make a big decision. It's the system that takes over when you're studying for an exam, navigating a new city, or deciding whether to buy that expensive gadget you've been eyeing. It's slower than System 1, but it's more thorough, and it's your ticket to making informed decisions. These two systems, while quite distinct, work together to shape our perceptions, judgments, and choices. System 1 gives us the ability to react quickly and intuitively, while System 2 allows us to analyze and deliberate. Like a well-oiled machine, these systems work in tandem, each contributing their unique strengths to our decision-making process. For instance, when you're crossing a street, System 1 might alert you to an approaching car that's going too fast, prompting you to step back onto the sidewalk. Then, once you're safe, System 2 might kick in, analyzing the situation and deciding that next time you'll wait for the crosswalk signal before stepping off the curb. So, in essence, System 1 and System 2 are like two sides of the same cognitive coin, each playing a crucial role in how we navigate the world around us. It's a delicate dance, a balance of intuition and analysis that shapes our perceptions, judgments, and choices. It's fascinating, isn't it, how these two systems within us interact and shape our world. Next up, we're going to understand the mental shortcuts our mind takes, often leading us astray. Let's dive into the realm of heuristics, shall we? Heuristics, in essence, are mental shortcuts that our brains employ to ease the burden of decision-making. Think of them as the brain's own GPS, guiding us through the maze of life's decisions. But just like a GPS, sometimes these shortcuts can lead us down the wrong path. Our mind System 1 relies heavily on these heuristics to make quick, automatic decisions. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with information, these shortcuts can be incredibly useful. They help us navigate the world swiftly and efficiently, without overwhelming our brain with information overload. However, the reliance on heuristics can also lead to cognitive biases. Let's take the availability heuristic, for instance. This is when we make judgments based on the information that is most readily available to us, rather than considering all the information. Like when we assume that plane crashes are more common than car accidents, simply because they're more often in the news. Then there's the representativeness heuristic. This is where we judge the probability of an event by comparing it to an existing prototype in our minds. For example, if we meet a shy, introverted person, we might automatically assume they're a librarian rather than a salesperson, because they match our existing stereotype of librarians. These heuristics, while helpful at times, can often lead to errors in judgment and decision-making. They can cause us to overlook important information, make incorrect assumptions, or jump to conclusions. It's like taking a shortcut on a road trip only to find out it actually takes you longer because of unexpected roadworks. So, the trick is to be aware of these mental shortcuts and the biases they can lead to. It's about understanding when our System 1 is taking the wheel and learning when to engage our more analytical, deliberate System 2. So next time you make a snap judgment, remember, it might just be your System 1 taking a shortcut. Ever been too sure of yourself and ended up making a blunder? Let's understand why. overconfidence. It's a trait that can be as detrimental as it can be beneficial. It's like a double-edged sword, with one side leading us to success, while the other side, well, often leading us to make a fool of ourselves. You see, overconfidence is a phenomenon that we've all experienced at one point or another. It's that sneaky little voice in our heads that tells us we can pull off that dance move we saw on television, or that we can beat the stock market. Spoiler alert, we usually can't. Now, imagine this. You're a poker player, and you're pretty good at it. You're so good, in fact, that you're convinced you can predict the outcome of every hand. You start betting your house, your car, even your dog. But then, the unthinkable happens. You lose, and all because you were overconfident. That's the thing about overconfidence. It can lead us to make decisions that are not based on solid evidence or expertise. It's not that we're incapable of making good decisions, it's just that overconfidence can blind us to the realities and potential consequences of our actions. Overconfidence can manifest itself in various domains. In business, it can lead to risky investments or unrealistic projections. In relationships, it can create misunderstandings and conflicts. Even in our personal lives, it can result in poor decision-making and regrettable actions. But it's not all doom and gloom. Overconfidence can also drive us to take on challenges and strive for goals that we might otherwise deem unattainable. It can push us out of our comfort zones and into the realm of growth and development. The key is to recognize when our confidence is justified and when it's simply an illusion. So, how do we do that? How do we strike a balance between confidence and overconfidence? Well, it all starts with self-awareness. By understanding our strengths and weaknesses, we can be confident in our abilities without letting that confidence cloud our judgment. Remember, confidence is good, but overconfidence can be a slippery slope. We all make choices every day, but have you ever stopped to think about why you choose what you choose? In Kahneman's world of thought, choices are a complex dance between potential gains and losses. This dance is the heart of what Kahneman calls prospect theory. In a nutshell, prospect theory suggests that when we're faced with a decision, we don't simply weigh the potential outcomes. Instead, we evaluate them in terms of potential gains and losses. Imagine you're deciding whether to buy a lottery ticket. You're not just thinking about the $1,000,000 jackpot. You're also contemplating the loss of the few dollars you'd spend on the ticket. Even though the potential gain is astronomically larger than the potential loss, that small loss might still make you hesitate. That's prospect theory in action. Now let's add another layer to this decision-making cake: loss aversion. Kahneman found that, on average, people feel the sting of a loss about twice as intensely as they feel the joy of an equivalent gain. We're more scared of losing $20 than we are excited about finding $20 on the sidewalk. This fear of loss can drive us to make some pretty interesting decisions. Picture this. You're at a baseball game, and you've just bought a hot dog. Suddenly, a foul ball comes your way. You could drop your hot dog and try to catch the ball, but you've just forked out a pretty penny for that hot dog, and you don't want to lose it. Even though the ball might be a more exciting gain, the potential loss of your hot dog might stop you from even trying to catch the ball. That's loss aversion for you. So we've got prospect theory and loss aversion, two key concepts that shape our decision-making processes. They're like the secret ingredients in the recipe of our choices, influencing us in ways we might not even realize. Next time you're faced with a decision, consider whether you're being driven by potential gains or the fear of losses. Finally, let's take a look at the two selves that Kahneman talks about. Picture yourself on two different stages. On one stage, you are the experiencing self, living in the moment, responding to life as it happens. On the other stage, you are the remembering self, looking back at the past and interpreting what it all means. Kahneman suggests that our life is essentially a story told by our remembering self to our experiencing self. And here's the twist. Our remembering self can be a bit of a drama queen. It tends to recast our past experiences based on how they ended or their peak moments rather than the overall journey. This means that our perception of past experiences can be skewed, influenced more by memorable moments and endings than by the actual lived experience. Interesting, isn't it? How our memory of an event can change our perception of it. And there we have it, a whirlwind tour of Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. We've navigated the two systems of our minds, understood the role of heuristics and biases, pondered overconfidence, dissected choices, and met our two selves. This book and Kahneman's work have left indelible marks on psychology, economics, and beyond. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through the human mind. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our other videos. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, keep thinking fast and slow.